Right, I just want to demonstrate this wind then, the problem that we've got today at St Andrews, and it's this. Okay, I'm on a downslope, not a particularly big one, but if you're trying to place your ball here as a professional, you're just not going to be able to, because the wind is just anything that's vaguely on a downward slope, or even on the flat in some cases, is just rolling all the way down the hill. That's the issue we've got at St Andrews. You remember the other day, just yesterday, this course was flooded. Now we have these high winds. We've had precious little play today, and the mood music at St Andrews right now is that this tournament could go into an extra day and won't be completed until Monday, with the forecast for these winds, well, not to abate until much later on Saturday.
Well, Chris Mitchell, if it's not the floods, it's the winds. The players are furious. They had to come out for only 32 minutes on Saturday. What have the course officials got to say for themselves?
Well, at the moment, Nick, you're watching just a few lowly spectators, and the flags in the distance, they're blowing stiff. And that is actually because the winds here have increased, not abated at all. I would say this is the strongest they've been all day. We're looking at 50 mile-an-hour gusts at the moment. Ian, the cameraman, having trouble turning the camera around to face me here. The latest is we've just had an announcement from the R&A, the Royal and Ancient. The forecasts we are receiving predict a drop in wind between 3 and 4 p.m. That's British summertime. The intention is to complete the second round. They were held over because of the torrential rain, of course, today, Saturday, and have the third round on Sunday and the fourth round on Monday. You said it yourself, Nick. I mean, it's only happened once before in the history of this great competition in the 144 years. Severiano Ballesteros beating Nick Price on the Monday at Royal Lytham and St Anne's. But all over social media, these players are not happy. Some great clips, if that's the sort of thing you like, on YouTube and elsewhere, of Jordan Spieth doing this to the officials. You know, what is going on? We saw Louis Oosthuizen try and mark his ball, and as he went to go and mark it, the ball moved along, because, you know, we're talking about a ball this size in a wind this strong. They move easily on greens that are fast. So that's the problem. It isn't that the golfers are being pernickety or that the Royal and Ancient Club are being particularly hard and fast with the rules. You cannot play serious golf in these kind of conditions, and although it is frustrating for them, that's the way it's going to be. It means that there are people around here scrabbling now to rearrange everything in their lives, and possibly one thing people won't have thought of is all the volunteers here, hundreds of them. I was speaking to them just a short time ago. They're here voluntarily. They go back to their jobs on Monday. So you ask yourself the question, who's going to marshal the course? Who's going to look after the players on Monday? Because they need a lot of people to do that. There are lots of nuts and bolts to be tightened before we complete this tournament. But Dustin Johnson must be the most unhappiest man back there in St Andrews at the moment, because, as you say, he went out there, played one hole, bogeyed it, and then went back in. He was irate, and lots of the golfers are too.
Chris, so obviously not much action to talk about on Saturday, but Friday, take us back. Two greats called it quits at the Open.
Sorry, you have to say again, Nick, because it's very difficult to hear you. Sorry, I didn't catch your question.
Take us back to Friday, Chris. Tell us about some of the actions. We saw some of the greats just retire from the Open there. Tom Watson.
Oh, Tom Watson. Tom Watson was a wonderful moment Friday night. This is something that the organisers of this tournament did really rather beautifully. They suspended tournament late last night because it was just too dark, but they let one match continue. That was the match of Tom Watson, because he'd reached the 18th tee. And although the galleries were rather small, they were still 10 deep along the road that runs along the road hole. And Tom Watson played that hole, his last ever Open, 40 years after he won his first Open, in his 38th competition. And he loved it, and he did it with great grace.
It was a wonderful final walk in front of a lot of people who I hope that I touched over the years of playing golf, and showed them some shots, and showed them some shots that they were in awe of. The pleasure it was to have people cheer me on. The whole round of golf I played today was very, very special.
Chris, thanks very much. They're live from the Windy Open. Go and take some cover.